Hari Om. Greetings, everyone. This week, we will continue our exploration of the South Indian classic text, the Tirukkural by Tiruvalluvar. And the topic is justice. Let's begin by defining justice. The dictionary defines it as to be fair, to have genuine respect and concern for peace and harmony and the welfare of all, and to be reasonable. In Hindu philosophy, there is a term that applies here. It is ritam, and it refers to the universal principle of justice. Ritam appears in the Yoga Sutras as a truth-bearing insight that leads to enlightenment. And it's understood as the underlying flow of life in the universe, the creation, evolution, and dissolution of everything. Ritam is dharma, spiritual teachings, morals, and ethics, the very principles that underlie and animate life and the universe. Ritam is also that which is true and proper. It is honesty, and it is living according to what brings harmony. So this brings us to our first saying from the Tirukkural. Justice may be called genuine only when it acts impartially toward enemies, strangers, and friends. And again, justice may be called genuine only when it acts impartially toward enemies, strangers, and friends. True justice must be practiced in all times and circumstances to all, be they friends, family, strangers, even enemies. Justice requires us to be fair, to be reasonable, and to have genuine respect and concern for peace and harmony and for the welfare of all. But if we look at life, isn't it so that we see a lack of justice in too many of our political, business, and religious leaders? For justice to prevail, we need to understand that we can and should struggle to see policies, laws, and practices enacted for the benefit of others. We should also become examples of justice ourselves. Our objective, even if it is global, is to think, speak, and act locally within our group of family, friends, and co-workers. Most importantly, to be good examples of justice is vital. Justice, like all virtues, is a power that can flow upwards from us to our political, business, and spiritual leaders. We're ready to look at the second saying, and it describes the legacies of those who do and do not follow the ways of justice. It is in their offspring that we may certainly be able to discern who are the just and who are the unjust. It is in their offspring that we may certainly be able to discern who are the just and who are the unjust. Offspring here should not be limited to referring only to our children. It includes all of the fruits of our lives, all of the residue and legacies of our lives. It's what we leave behind, both positive and negative. The offspring of the just brings the betterment of others in life. The offspring of the unjust leaves behind division, prejudices, and the seeds of ignorance, fear, and greed. Our thoughts, words, and deeds have consequences that outlive us. Looking at the third saying, seems very appropriate to consider in this time of adversity we're going through. To put it in yogic terms, how does a yogi act in times of adversity, in times of prosperity? And the saying reads like this: adversity and prosperity never cease to exist. The mark of true greatness adorns those who are unswervingly just under both adversity and prosperity. And again, adversity and prosperity never cease to exist. The mark of true greatness adorns those who are unswervingly just under both adversity and prosperity. This means that in adversity, seekers of truth show patience, strength, compassion, and generosity. Those who are truly just don't retreat into self-centeredness and selfishness in that adversity. They remain focused on doing as much good as they can under any circumstance. That's our model as yogis. The last saying that we will consider highlights the impact that our words can have on creating or obstructing a just society. Because of their power to create or obstruct harmony and happiness, we will look a bit more deeply into the following saying. And it reads, "Justice is the impartial expression of words and actions of an unbiased mind." And again, justice is the impartial expression of the words and actions of an unbiased mind. Just words are based on facts, not on simply boosting the cause of a group that one is identifying with. The words of a team player, in which the objective is to please the team or its leader, rather than advance the truth, creates problems. Words are not just words. They morph into actions. That is why violent speech can lead to violent acts. Words used as blunt force weapons can cause increased suspicion, anger, and divisiveness. Blunt force weapons are those that have no piercing point or sharp blade. Blunt force words are words that are ill-considered, not based on facts, or that are simply meant to hurt the feelings of another. Words uttered under the influence of impatience, ignorance, and hatred can cause great harm. Even when strong language is needed to help correct an injustice, those words should be rooted in compassion and the deep wish for understanding and harmony to prevail. Always, always, our words should be rooted in love. Be well, beloved selves. Our fate is in our hands. Let not a day go by without doing something to bring harmony, peace, comfort, and happiness to others. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. May the entire world be filled with peace and joy, love and light.